Hi, my name is Chris Maloney from umpirehockey.com, and this is a review for my students of the new free hit rule coming into the high school rules in the year 2010 for the traditional fall field hockey season. What we have are two changes to the free hit rule: the self-pass option, or as I'll call it, the SPO, the self-pass option, and indirect circle entry, which I will abbreviate ICE, I-C-E. First of all, we're going to address this as though we're playing for a team that is attacking this way up the field. The attacking team going this way. Nothing basically changes on free hits. It's not really true. Nothing really changes on free hits all the way up the field until you get to the 25-yard line, which I have marked here. By the way, this field is not drawn to scale by any stretch of the imagination. The only change to free hits and side-ins as you come up the field until you get to the 25 is that you have now the self-pass as an option to restart play. So, if you have a free hit here, you're going this way, you can use a self-pass instead of hitting the ball to a teammate. If you do choose to hit the ball to a teammate, all the free hit rules apply. In other words, the ball has to go 1 yard before your teammate can play the ball. However, in the old days when you used to take a swing and you'd kind of miss-hit the ball and it would roll a little bit and you had to back away, now you don't have to do that. Now, if you swing and hit the ball and you just kind of miss-hit it, you can play on because you can change that hit to your teammate instantaneously to a self-pass. Now, the only real requirement for the self-pass for the attacker is that they have to start the play with two actions. They can't just drag the ball into play. They have to tap and go. Two actions have to be used. And the umpire will penalize you if you don't. What if you're taking a side-in? Same situation. You can use the self-pass as an option. What if you're doing the center pass at the beginning of the game or the beginning of a half or after a goal? You can use the self-pass option. All the way down the field, you can use a self-pass option. Even inside the 25, you can use the self-pass as an option. But once you're inside the 25, all your restarts have an additional requirement of indirect circle entry. I use ICE because it's got 3 letters. And there are 3 ways to accomplish indirect circle entry. 1, you can hit the ball to a teammate, so it touches a teammate before it goes into the circle. 2, you can play the ball in such a way that it touches a defender and goes into the circle. And 3, you can dribble the ball. You can use the self-pass option and dribble the ball in any number of directions, or just standing still and moving the ball back and forth in what used to be called the yardstick test, right? As long as you accumulate 5 yards of dribbling, 5 yards, not 7 yards, 5 yards of dribbling, then you can go into the circle after you've used a self-pass option inside the 25. So to review those 3 letters, ICE for indirect circle entry: 1, pass to a teammate or play it off of a teammate. 2, play it off a defender. Or 3, amass a dribbling distance of 5 yards before going into the circle. Another requirement inside the 25 is that all other players, except for the restarter, have to be 7 yards away. Everybody has to be 7 yards away. So if you have a free hit here, everybody is 7 yards away. If you have a free hit from the sideline or a side-in, everybody has to be 7 yards away. Up here, outside the 25, only opponents have to be 7 yards away, just like last year. This is different than last year. Last year, if you were taking a free hit and the ball was on the broken line circle, so you were right here, a player from your team could stand right next to you as long as they were more than 5 yards from the circle. That's not true anymore. Once you're inside the 25, everybody from both teams have to be at least 7 yards away from the restarter when they start play. Another requirement, which is the same as last year, is that if the foul was within 5 yards of the circle, So if the foul happened between the broken line circle and the circle line, then the ball must be picked up and brought back to the broken circle line. That's where play is restarted. And again, the only difference is that everybody's got to be 7 yards away. On a long hit, everybody's got to be 7 yards away. But again, this player could use a self-pass option, dribble around back and forth 5 yards, and then smash the ball into the circle. The self-pass option, the only time you don't get to use the self-pass option is on a penalty corner and on a penalty stroke. Those are totally different. A word about fouls inside the 25 on a free hit. First, let's talk about defensive fouls. First of all, if the defense, let's say there's a foul here and the ball is coming this way on attack, so we're inside the attacking 25-yard area. If the free hit is here and there's a defender who's close by, well, they have to move 7 yards away. On the other hand, the attack, who's eager to get started, has the opportunity to do a self-pass. So they could dribble right into the circle and take a shot. The defender who is caught within 7 yards shouldn't be penalized if they don't interfere with the play, if they don't try to play the ball and they don't try to influence the play. And at the same time, as the umpires, we don't want to stop the play of the attack just because a defender hasn't moved far enough away. If, however, that defender does interfere with play, that's an intentional foul, and it's a penalty corner. Let's say the attack has a free hit here. And the attack, of course, whether it's there or here, or it's a long corner, or some other place, maybe it's here, and all of these positions, remember, once they're inside the 25, they have the additional responsibility of ICE, indirect circle entry. Let's say the foul happened here, attack ball. They need to do one of three things, remember. Either amass 5 yards of dribbling, or play the ball off a defender, or play the ball off an attacker before the ball goes into the circle. Let's say none of those things happen. Let's say they tap and go for about 2 yards right to here, and then they hit the ball straight into the circle. The ball has crossed the circle here, but we don't blame the ball for the foul. We blame the attacker. And the foul happened where the restart started. It doesn't happen where they hit it illegally into the circle. They started the free hit here. That's where the defense gets the ball. So in this case, they're up here near the 25-yard line. What if it was on a long hit? So the attack has a long hit. They forget themselves. They crack the ball right into the circle. Well, the ball crossed the circle without traveling at least 5 yards in play, dribbling. It crossed into the circle without first touching an attacking teammate from the restarters or off of a defender before going into the circle. So we have a foul, and it happened here at the long hit insertion point. But where does the defense get their free hit? Well, the defense gets their free hit for the foul inside the 16, so they can take it anywhere on the sideline or slightly inside, all the way up to the 16-yard line. Let's say that the foul happened, or that the attack had been fouled inside the proximity markers, inside the broken line circle, and between that and the circle line. Well, the attack has to bring the ball back to the closest part of the broken line circle and restart play there. They might dribble into the circle or almost up to the circle, and then from just outside the circle, they hit it in. It hasn't been dribbled 5 yards. It hasn't been played by another attacker, and it hasn't been played off a defender. So once again, we have a foul. It happened here, not where the ball crossed. It happened here where the free hit was started, and the defense can take the ball out to the 16-yard line to do their free hit.